Hello, I'm Terry Colath, and I am here today with Russ Cray of Oakmont, and we're talking about our first Coffee with a Neighbor presentation in the Summer Academy. This one is 3 cities in Cuba. Thank you for joining me, Russ.
It's a real pleasure to be here.
Well, here we are all dressed tropically because we're talking about an amazing place, aren't we, Cuba?
It is a very, very amazing island, and it's just wonderful to go down there and see what's happening firsthand.
Well, I also want to point out every chance I get that you are just like the epitome of what we look for in lifelong learning. Someone who has always been interested in new things and takes their love of something to another level and shares it. In this case, your love of technology and your love of travel have given us this wonderful look at 3 cities in Cuba.
In the old days, it was a slideshow. And next slide.
Right.
And the change that has taken place with PowerPoint and the ability to do interesting transitions and so forth has really been a pleasure to do work with something like this. And the greatest difficulty I've had is to try to select from over 1,000 pictures from Cuba, only about 70 that will go in the PowerPoint in the time frame we have.
So when people come to this presentation, you're focusing on 3 cities. Why did you choose 3 cities?
Well, the cruise line that we had was, it was the Fathom line, which actually Carnival had created a new line to simply go to for educational purposes. And of course, the travel to Cuba is still limited to some extent. You really have to have a reason to be there. And this cruise was listed as a people-to-people cruise, and we were supposed to meet people. And so that was the basis for going. And so the ship was the Adonia. And of course, the setup to Shell Point here with the one of the programs that they have with Izing, sure. And it was very, very well done. We feel that Kent, who was our tour leader with Izing, did a beautiful job, just a wonderful job. He spoke Spanish, which is helpful,
Very, yeah.
and he related well with the people there. So I think we got a lot more out of it that way. But you asked the question, well, why these 3 cities? Well, that was the 3 that we went to. We started off Santiago de Cuba, and then to Cienfuegos, and then up to Havana. And so we were limited to what we could do in that period of time. 1 week is not enough. We should have been there a much longer time. But one of the advantages that we could go back and sleep on a nice ship each night instead of having to go to some hotel someplace. But we saw hotels which are now being refurbished and renovated, and they were pretty first class. But I understand that they have some that are not quite as up to our standards.
Right. Well, will we get a taste of the culture? Will we see the food, maybe? And
I have lots of pictures, and yes, we will see as much as I have time to show. We have many pictures. It's all of a sudden comes as a real blow, I think, to us. We're so used to going right to the grocery store and just going up down the aisles and grabbing everything you needed. There you have to go to this shop and pick up that, and go to that shop and pick up this, and it's very, very limited supply. Particularly for the ladies in the audience, the shoes that are available for this month. And I'm not sure they would suit our current buying practice here. And the other thing that comes as a shock is that you have to have your ration book handy, and you can only buy so much of whatever. And the thing that really is amazing is that the Cubans that we talked with, of course, they were young people, and they didn't really know any different from what the last 56 years of communism. But they also seem so happy and wonderful people, pleasant, warm, friendly. And why don't they know that they aren't experiencing the wonderful things that we have? Well, things don't make you happy. They're happy without things.
It's a wonderful thing to reflect on, isn't it?
It is.
It is. Well, we look forward, as always, to spending some time with you in the Academy. And this goes way beyond the technical classes you're used to with you and takes us into some of your reflection and experience.
Just one little thing. On board ship, there was a panel on one of the stairwells that said, "There's always more to discover." And that's me.
Thank you, Russ. I hope you join us. It is Tuesday, May 2nd, 10 a.m., Grand Cypress Room, Woodlands. Russ Cray with beautiful photos and reflection on Cuba.